Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and it is my mission to simplify YouTube so you and I can grow together. Welcome to the live stream. For those of you who have been here before, you know this is our weekly live stream, 8 o'clock Eastern. We do this every Wednesday. If you're new here, that information could come in handy next week. We are here every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So if you are new and you want to receive notifications on future live streams, then consider clicking that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. Great to see everybody come and hang out with us. I'm going to try not to hit my mic any more than I just did. And we will try to talk a little bit of YouTube this evening and try to answer questions. Looking at my live stream on my replay, looks awful. There we go. Looks much better from my end. Hope everybody is having a good week. We're halfway through here tonight. We'll jump in the chat in just a minute and say hello to everybody. But if you have questions during the live stream, do your best to tag at Creator Fundamentals and then ask your question. I will do my best to get to all of the questions. Please don't ask for channel reviews. We probably won't be doing those this evening. For those of you who haven't been to the live stream in a while, or you just jump in and jump out, the new format that we are working with here is 60 minutes from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock every Wednesday, and we're just trying to find a good chunk of time to try to get as many questions answered as possible. I am planning something in the future for channel reviews, but for right now, we're just doing a live hangout here for an hour. So I'm going to jump in to the chat and say hello to everybody. Let's see. We have Brendan's Life in Craziness, T&Z RV Life. Good to see you guys. Ridge, Mallory, Chasing America, This Life Outdoors, which in case you don't know is my brother Rich. So be sure to say hello to This Life Outdoors. He just recently started on YouTube, so check out his channel if you appreciate outdoor content. Also, we have Cine Critique, George on the Rocks, Harley out there as well. Good to see you. Danny and Josh channel. Let's see. JIKCS. Not exactly sure how to pronounce that one. Sarah Dawn out there as well. Hustle Tools. Good to see you. The Bird Bath and Feeder Diaries. Fully Involved Media Group LLC. Thanks for coming and hanging out on the live stream. Chasing America. Let's see. Get that one. Adam Kuzer. Hopefully didn't mispronounce that, but good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out on the live stream. Car Galaxy Studios out there as well. Doug Hewson in the live stream as well. And we're scrolling here. Thank you so much, Adam, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. Again, with that, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to YouTube about the little blue arrow that appears in the chat when you try to scroll down. It won't just let you scroll from beginning to end. And I will complain about this until I fix it because it's just painful to deal with. Because you try to see every single comment, and at some point they're like, maybe you just want to jump to the bottom. No, I want to keep scrolling. I'm a big boy. I can figure out how to scroll. But apparently they don't want to let you have that option. So my brother just gave me the heads up that I am shaking my camera. So we're going to try not to do that. I actually have a crazy... If you saw how my my webcam is actually set up, it would make sense why it's really easy to shake. I actually have it stuck on the top of an Archon mount that's designed to hold a cell phone for like doing overhead shots, but for whatever reason, I relocated the tripod that I was using for my my cam there. So this is what I got working on tonight. It's a little bit hacky, but it'll serve for tonight. I'll try not to put my arms on the desk too much. All right. Fully Involved Media Group, great Creator Fundamentals, great channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sarah Dawn, I can knit and watch just fine, so these live streams are great to power through stuff that has deadlines. Awesome. Benny, how are you? I am well. Hopefully you are well as well, Benny. Let's see. We've got Matthew Chapdelaine Productions. Good to see you in the live stream. Adam has clarified that it is, in fact, Adam Cowser. So I would have never quite gotten to Cowser, so I appreciate the phonetic spelling there. I will do my best to remember that for the future. Now this one. Any suggestions for choosing video titles? Is it Kasarki? Any specific suggestions for choosing video titles? Absolutely. Depending on the type of video that you're doing, there's a couple different ways you can go about titling your videos. If you are doing searchable content, then you want to title your video as a particular keyword phrase that people are searching. You want to do a little bit of research to find out what that actual phrase is, what kind of volume people are searching with regard to that topic, and use that exact keyword phrase. And my cat Mansion is meowing at the dogs because I think my wife just tried to give them a bath and they are hiding. So if you're not trying to target search topic, then obviously you want to have a title that intrigues people. You want it to obviously be related to the content that you're making, but you want to title it in such a way that you kind of leave the viewer hanging. You want to give them incentive to watch your video to find out what happens next. So think about the emotions you can evoke with your title, and you don't just want to say, oh, we went to the park today. We went to the park and I can't believe what happened. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. You really want to have something that entices people to have a reason to watch the video. That's what you're doing with your thumbnail and your title. You're compelling viewers or people who are scrolling by to stop and look at your thumbnail, read the title, and go, oh, that looks interesting. I should click on that video and see what's going on there. All right. And Blab Tag. My channel was taken down because of copyright issues. I received no warning, just automatic 3 strikes and a takedown all at once. Anything I can do? I have heard that story from people before where the strikes all come at once. Best bet would be to try to reach out to @TeamYouTube on Twitter, and I would keep reaching out to them until you get some type of response, because that's kind of a tough situation, and YouTube is not always the most responsive in those situations. Ahoy, Dan from Michigan. Captain Jack Scrapper, good to see you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Great way. Oh, and there goes that scrolling thing. I'm telling you, YouTube, one of these days we're going to have words. All right, let's see. Let's scroll back up. I see a lot of tags. I don't want to miss any of them. What's your advice on bilingual channels, especially if they're both in the same niche? Will this have any positive or negative effect on my channel? I've seen people do bilingual channels in a couple different ways. People who provide the content, you know, do the content in one language and then provide subtitles in another language. I met someone at Vid Summit a couple of years ago who actually would record the content. She would record every single thing she would say. She was a travel vlog, so she would do one version in English, one version in Spanish, and then she had 2 completely separate channels that did the exact same videos but in different languages. So sounds like a whole lot of work, but she was able to do it pretty successfully, and both of those channels did well. I would say you really just need to keep an eye on how your audience is responding and try to optimize your channel in that regard. But like if depending on the origin or where your primary audience is and what their native language is, would dictate what you would do the video in, and then maybe you want to do closed captions in the other language to allow people to still follow along. Crypto Glass, could you suggest a camera mic setup for flame working? I would like to speak while working, filming without the background noise. So obviously in this situation, if you have a lot of background noise, the key to kind of minimizing that is having a mic that's really close to the speech. And I got to share this with you because it's too funny. So I'm on a live stream. So my wife just came in the room, and she won't come over here because there's a live stream, but both of the dogs are hiding from her behind me on the floor. So she's sending in my son, who's now crawling under my standing desk to retrieve the dogs. I can't make this stuff up. This is real life live streaming right here. Trying to encourage the dogs out from behind my desk. All right, let's see where we're at here. So in any event, the camera and mic setup, I mean, camera, obviously the best you can do for the camera, you can go all over the place with the camera, depending on what you're able to do. I'm sure anything from a cell phone all the way to a DSLR, and then depending on the lens, you know, you can go all different price points and whatnot as far as that's concerned. I would assume if you're doing flame working, do you want to have yourself in? And I'm assuming what flame working is. I'm assuming you do like glass work based on your name and flame working. That's just what I'm assuming there. You know, the idea of having perhaps multiple cameras or just catching a wide angle that can show you and everything that you're doing. But a lapel mic might be something that helps you pick up your sound close to you and try to minimize the background noise. In some case with that type of work, a little bit of background noise won't be horrible as long as they can hear you speak clearly. But a lot of it's going to depend on exactly, you know, what the environment is that you do this work. Is it really echoey? Is the background noise really close to you? You know, there's different mics you can do that kind of are directional and pick up audio, you know, in the direction that they're pointed. But a lot of that's going to play on what your actual environment is and how far away your voice is from the noise. All right. Shining Through NK. I never knew you do live stream. Just recently subscribed to your channel after watching some of your videos. Well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you for watching the videos. We do these live streams every Wednesday now at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. 60 minutes of YouTube questions and general conversation related to YouTube. So if you have a question during the week, save that question, come hang out on the live stream, and I will do my best to get an answer to you. Danny and Josh channel, this is awesome that you are live and helping people. Definitely motivational. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And hey, there's Matthew Chapdelaine, and you're going to have to tell me if I messed that up, using one of the super stickers. We're one of the few channels that has the super stickers. So if you click on that little square with a $sign down in the bottom, you can see all the super stickers. And I have yet to come across another channel that had them so I could give them to another channel. But as I mentioned, I never get any of the cool stuff or any of the beta stuff that they're testing. But for some reason, I am happy that I got the super stickers. Kind of a different, fun way from the normal super chat, which if you guys don't know, is a way to kind of highlight your comments by supporting the channel monetarily. But this way is a little bit different. Instead of leaving a comment, you get to pick one of the little emojis, a little I think that's a pear. Is that a pear? A little dancing pear in this case. So thank you so much, Matthew, for that super chat. I appreciate it. All right. But as I was saying with the super chat, depending on the dollar amount, it highlights your comment and pins it so people can see it longer. And then we also do the stream boss, which you can see in the lower right-hand corner of the chat. Just another way for you guys to get exposure, for me to say thank you to those who support the channel with all of the effort that I'm putting in to get out to conferences like Vid Summit and also host a conference coming up in Albany called People of Video to try to get everybody to come in person and meet their fellow creators and learn how to grow their channels and build a business to get to full-time on YouTube, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit because I've been doing some reflection and planning since the last live stream, and I want to share that with you guys because I think it's important to include you on what I think the true origin or the true motivation of this channel is. And I'm going to share that with you guys in just a moment here. Just going to try to catch up on the chat. DNR, GW, Iron Horse, Route, good evening, Dan, and everyone in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us in the live stream. Construction cronies out there as well. Good to see you, Chris. All right, say. And let me see. At least the dogs aren't peeing on the floor. Nope, they were just hiding. Happened on a BGJ. Oh, Brian G. Yeah, that's a bummer. I've certainly been there. That's not the case tonight, though. All right, and let's see where we at. Construction cronies, creative fundamentals. I was monetized this week. Congratulations on getting monetized. That's always a great feeling. to start getting a little bit of money for that hard work that you're putting into your YouTube channel. So congrats on that. And trying to scroll. Okay, there's that stupid blue arrow. Man, I hate that arrow. All right, and Shining through NK, thank you for the warm welcome. Absolutely welcome. Great to have you here. And let's see. We're almost. Are we at the bottom? All right. I am Tony Jacobson. Hey Dan, hello to you, Tony Jacobson. Good to see you in the live stream this evening. Creator Fundamentals, has YouTube announced anything further details on how YouTube is going to raise up authoritative voices as stated in the YouTube creator blog? No, not specifically, and I kind of find those 4 points that that they announced in that blog to be kind of contrary to what they claim happens on YouTube. So, no, like YouTube always does, they put out vague statements that don't really clarify exactly what their position is, and then they're just vague enough so when they do something, they can say, hey, well, we told you we were raising authoritative voices, whatever that means. But to me, the authoritative voices and minimizing the reach of certain type of content pretty much says that they aren't simply pushing content to people based on user preferences. They do have an agenda that they're working on through the algorithm. So, you know, for whatever that's worth, it is something that we can't control. All we can do is try to make better content and hope it finds the people who want to see it. All right. Hey, History Explained and Modern Day Tech. Good to see you guys. All right, so as I was saying, over the past week, I have been doing some reflection, really trying to understand what the future of Creator Fundamentals holds and, you know, what I want to plan and the focus that I want to take in 2020. And that got me thinking, first, I wanted to get some objective feedback. So I went out and had a conversation with a colleague to kind of get an outside-in view of Creator Fundamentals and where we should be heading. Plus, I also started reading a book called Start With Why, which is a really powerful book. It's like a simple concept, but we just never think about it. And it really got me thinking about what the why is of my channel and why I do what I do. And for me, it all comes down to what I call personal freedom, which is that ability to do what you want to do when you want to do it, to live life on your own terms. And for a very large percentage of what I do, that is my motivation. I want to, at some point, go full-time on YouTube. For those of you who don't know, I still have a full-time career. And unfortunately, or fortunately, my career is a great thing to have because it obviously keeps me in a financially stable place. But at the same time, I can't do everything that I would like to do to make as much content as I would like to make in this space because I have those other obligations. So one of the things that I'm trying to do is find my personal freedom and make it to full-time on YouTube so I can put all my energy into making content and in reaching more people. At the same time, the reason that I am passionate about simplifying YouTube for all of you is because I believe every one of us has our personal freedom, which is basically that condition, that ultimate goal on your end that allows you to do what you want to do when you want to do it. For all of us, it may be a little bit different. Maybe it's spending time with your family or not having to make decisions based on money, but I think we all have that freedom that we are searching for. And I truly believe that online video can be a strong way for us to step out of that 9-to-5 job that has all those limitations on us and really create a business and a lifestyle that we all want to achieve. So that is really going to be the focus of Creator Fundamentals moving forward, helping all of you find your personal freedom and helping you build that business around your YouTube channels for the purpose of going full-time on YouTube. That's going to free up your time, that's going to allow you to not have to worry about money, all those things that can really help you live a better life. All right, and we got a Fully Evolved Media Group LLC. Thank you for the amazing content. I have improved my YouTube channel a lot. Awesome, great to hear. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right, and there's that little blue arrow. I'm telling you, I got no love for you, little blue arrow. All right, and we're scrolling. And we're scrolling. Get to there and scroll down. Okay, and almost there. Come on. You can do it. Oh, there we go. Harley, I'm guessing that's what drove the Facebook group name change. Absolutely. It's just a opportunity to remind myself and all of you what is really important and what we should all be focused on. Again, it's different for everybody, but ultimately trying to get there and really focus on why I do what I do and why all of you do what you do, and help us to use that information as motivation to get where we want to go. All right. Chasing America, what are some suggestions for when you start losing your motivation to create? So everybody goes through this. There are just times when you don't feel up to making content. Depending on how you are making content can really go a long way in helping with that. So for me, when I first started, one of the biggest struggles I had when I thought about making content was all the things I had to do to actually start recording videos. I was in a position where I was making videos in my living room. So every time I wanted to make a video, I was setting up a green screen and trying to get my lighting right and setting up the camera and trying to get the mic right and putting soundproof. It was just a horrible mess. It took so much effort just to click record that it really discouraged me from making content. So one of the things that I did was commit to finding a way to leave all of my video making stuff set up somewhere. So I ended up clearing out the space you see behind you, which is a really tiny space in a really small room. And for that purpose of getting everything set up and ready to go. So at the time that I needed to make a video or I wanted to make a video, all I had to do was step in front of the camera and press record. That was a massive help. So anything you can do to really take all of the clutter away from the video making process is really going to help you kind of fight off those times when you don't feel like making content. The other thing you can do when you're not in front of the camera is jot down ideas for videos. So when you sit and you're ready to get in front of the camera, it's not, well, what am I going to make a video about? I personally use Evernote, which is a free app and website that you can create an account on. You can always access it from your phone or your desktop. And that's where I keep my ideas. So when it comes time to step in front of the camera and make a video, I have a list of videos, I have a list of ideas, and I don't have to sit here trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Those things really do help a lot. And at the end of the day, if you're doing all those things and you're just not motivated, take a day or two. If you feel burned out, don't push yourself into making content where you're just not appreciating it or you're just not enjoying it, because ultimately that's just going to lead you down the path of quitting. If you need to take a couple days off and regroup and refresh and not think about YouTube at all, go ahead. I wouldn't go, months like that, but if you do go months like that and you're not motivated to make content, maybe you're not really, interested in making a channel. But to me, what I've found is because like I said, trying to find my personal freedom, trying to live life on my terms, it doesn't make sense to create an environment that you're miserable in. So I try to be kind to myself in terms of making content. And if I need a night, I take the night, and then I'll do a video the next day. So I'm not a slave to a schedule. If you've noticed, I don't do videos every single week at the same time. I try to get out one video a week. That doesn't always happen because I have a lot of other stuff going on. But at the end of the day, I do try to stay as consistent as possible. All right, here. All right, we got about 35 people in the stream. Good to see you guys. Definitely hit that thumbs up button while you're here to let me know you stopped by. T Insurance to TV, good to see you. Question, do I need to make my videos shorter or longer? There's no real need to make them shorter or longer. You need to understand what your audience appreciates, and you want to focus on getting your audience to watch your videos longer. If you're getting them to watch 100% of your videos all the time, then perhaps there's an opportunity to make longer videos. But you should really focus on the content that you're making the video about and not how long the video should be. You should present whatever it is that you want to present, and when you're done, that's how long the video is. Don't go out of your way to make a video longer or shorter for no other reason than what you think it should be lengthwise. If you add a bunch of fluff, people tend to see that, and it's going to hurt your audience retention anyway. So I would say I don't pay attention to how long my videos are. I say everything I need to say about a topic. I trim out all the garbage and the mistakes, and that's the video length. So I think it's better to just focus on making the best content that you can and not worrying about how long it ends up being. Camping Companions, we started our channel a few months ago. We have just over 25 videos. When might we see traction? That question is different for everybody. And it also depends on what you consider traction. It depends on how you're making your videos. Are you doing vlogs? Are you making searchable content? If you're not making searchable content, that is something that you could consider depending on the topic. I see your name is Camping Companions, so it really depends on what you're doing content-wise and how you're presenting it. If it's straight up vlog and you're just talking to the camera and it's not something people are going to find as a search result of like how to set up a tent or how to go hiking, then those types of channels can take a while to get off the ground, and you may need to go far beyond 25 videos before you really start to see traction. On the other side, if you can mix in searchable content to kind of supplement the other content, if that's not what you're already doing, then those types of videos are something that you can optimize to show up in search results, which will start to trickle in some more consistent views to your channel. All right. And let me check something here. And let's see. All right, so as an example, so looking at your videos on your channel, Camping Companions, you have an opportunity based on your description or your about section that says camping experts here to help you become more knowledgeable and informed about camping and all the best places to visit. All the best places to visit, cool, that's kind of vloggy, but in terms of become more knowledgeable, that's a golden opportunity for searchable content. What are the common questions that people ask on YouTube about camping? And how can you answer those questions on your channel by making videos that directly respond to the questions that are being asked? Like where is the best place to go camping in the fall, or where's the best place to go camping in Pennsylvania, or, whatever it is that you are making content about. There's an opportunity for you to do a little bit of research, figure out what type of questions people are asking, and then make videos that answer those. YouTube's the #2 search engine in the world, so anytime you have an opportunity to solve a problem for somebody, that's going to be something that can get some traction on your channel. But I would say, 25 videos in, looking at your videos, there's some opportunity there for you to mix in some branding on your thumbnails, because every one of your thumbnails is different and there's nothing on them that identify them as coming from your channel. So if you're trying to get some recognition to get people to become familiar with your content, you also want to consider how people can tell one of your videos is yours based on the thumbnail. And right now you got some opportunity there to try to find some consistency or find some type of branding element that you can always incorporate in your thumbnails so people know they're yours. Thank you so much, Construction Cronies, for the super chat. You rock. I appreciate it for the cause. Awesome. And as a reminder, I still got to get you your sweatshirt, and I have not forgotten about that. I honestly don't think I ever sent back the return the return that they printed sideways over there at Amazon. So I gotta look into that. All right, and and Matthew has been defeated as the stream boss down there in the lower right-hand corner. Construction Cronies has taken over. All right, scrolling. The Mr. L, welcome to the live stream. See you out there. Crazy Kelly, Texas. I need the 1,000 back because I'm poor and can't afford memory cards. What am I doing wrong? How do you know the guidelines? I don't feel... I need the 1,000 back. I'm not sure what that means. You're going to have to give me some insight, Crazy Kelly, Texas, on what happened. Afford memory cards being disabled, so I need to be able to stream. So if it's an issue where you can't stream on mobile because you don't have 1,000 subscribers, if you download an app like Streamlabs, then that'll let you stream on your mobile device without the 1,000 subscribers. So if that's what you're saying in your comment and you're trying to find a way to live stream from your phone, you can absolutely get around that by not using the YouTube app to live stream. So search for Streamlabs in your app store or whatever they call Android now, and look for Streamlabs, and that will allow you to live stream to your YouTube channel without 1,000 subscribers. Dan, I would agree 100% with you since I can't be great things to blog on YouTube. How do I change my cover video to one of my other 80 videos? Usually there's 3 little dots next to your cover video. I assume you mean on your featured video on your main YouTube page. If you're on the newer version, you may have to click the customize your channel button first, which will be like a blue button in the middle of your screen if you're on the newer view, like the dark mode. And then you'd be able to click the little 3. You might have to hover around to find the little edit option to pop up next to your featured video, and then you can change it to whatever video you'd like. All right, here. DNRGW, I have been given permission from a much larger channel to use clips from a very successful video in mine. Do you have any suggestion for how to maximize this potential? Yeah, I mean, just make good content around it. If it's successful, then there obviously is something about it. I would just do my best to create good content. At the end of the day, most of everything that we're talking about boils down to making quality content that people want to watch. And if you can do that, then everything else will take care of itself. Let's see. And self-publishing with Walter Wayburn. Welcome to the live stream. First time. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, so hope to see you back as well. And, okay. Oh, so scrolly here. Let's see. Emerald City Diggers, good to see you out there. I am Shay. If brand new, like me, no videos yet, at what point do you request for monetization, whether it's through YouTube or AdSense? So, it is something that you request through... you have to link your AdSense account to your YouTube channel, and then you have to request monetization through your YouTube channel. And basically what will happen once you request it, it'll show you your current counts, how many subscribers, how many watch hours you have. And then once you reach those thresholds, then you'll automatically go into review. And depending on where YouTube is at the time, it can take a couple weeks to 6 weeks or whatever it is to review your channel and monetize you. But at this point, if you don't have any content yet, monetization is really the very last thing you should even be worried about, because you got some work to do. All right. Fully Involved Media Group LLC. Thank you so much for that super chat. I do appreciate it. just absolutely stomped on construction cronies there in the stream boss. Took over that position. I appreciate the super chat. The super chat that comes into this channel is used to make content and help cover the expense of going to the conferences where I'm able to meet with other YouTube content creators, bring back information. And like I said, also next year, May 2nd and 3rd, 2020, I'm actually hosting a conference in Albany, New York. So if you have never been to a conference, if you're looking for something, an opportunity to actually get together with myself and other creators face to face, as well as some talented speakers, then definitely consider. You have 6-7 months now between now and May 2nd and 3rd to plan to come and attend People of Video. You can go to peopleofvideo.com and check that out. I'm speaking. We also have some other great speakers as well, as well as some people that you know from YouTube. And we also have some great speakers from other platforms, including Judy Fox from LinkedIn, Todd.Live from Instagram, Ross Brand, who live streams just about everywhere, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. A lot of great people that are going to come and share their knowledge with you. And it's an opportunity just to get together and have a good time with fellow creators. That's peopleofvideo.com. Definitely check it out. And it's tickets are $199. So compared to the other conferences that happen on the West Coast, it's a really great deal, a lot of knowledge, and I promise it'll be a good time. Fully Involved Media Group, nice. Thank you for supporting Creator Fundamentals. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to everybody who has contributed the super chat. It is very much appreciated. Paul Peck Drywall Tube, great to see you, Paul. Thanks for coming and hanging out tonight. Sam B is in the live stream chat as well. Good to see you, sir. All right, and where are we at? Checking. I just realized I had a drink over here. That was much needed. All right, and we're scrolling. As a reminder, if you have any questions regarding your channel or YouTube, go ahead and tag at Creator Fundamentals. If you happen to be on mobile, YouTube still hasn't offered that. It's incredibly frustrating, but if you actually type the at symbol and Creator Fundamentals and then hit space, it will in fact tag me. All right. Caracolabella, I want to start including myself in my vid, but I freeze every time. Do you have any tips on how to overcome this or how to get away from vlogging without including myself? So it's okay to freeze. The only way you're going to get past that is just set up your camera, let it record, and then keep trying. If you need to, set up bullet points so you have things to talk about. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if you make mistakes. A lot of people will include their mistakes in their video. It shows that you're human. People appreciate that. But yeah, just leave the camera recording. You know, a lot of times I'll set my camera up and even the silliest things that I do 1,000 times, I still screw up. You know, like every once in a while I'll say, hi, welcome to Creator Fundamentals. And then I do the tagline from The Average Dan instead of Creator Fundamentals, which is odd because I think it's been like a year since I've actually put a video on that other channel. But that kind of stuff happens. But practice. It's just practice that's going to make you better. And the good thing about digital video is there's no film. You can just leave the camera running as long as you need to. And then when you go to edit it, you can just pick out the pieces that worked well and you can edit out the stuff that didn't. So even if you have to do, say, the same sentence 5 times, keep the best version and piece all the good versions together and you have yourself a video. Crazy Kelly, Texas read on down several lines. I am being demonetized. Adam Marr sent me over 500 people, but they disappeared. And a lot of videos don't even get posted. The 1,000 is what I used. I don't get what this sent you over 500 people means. 500 people, but they disappeared. Let me take a peek here. The one thing I would recommend on your channel, looks like you're doing a lot of videos vertically. I would try to hold your phone sideways when you record videos. YouTube is a much more landscape kind of platform. They do support the vertical, but I don't know that it's quite caught on as much as it has on other platforms. So but yeah, I would focus on just continuing to make content and also I would consider working on your titles and trying to position them in such a way that they intrigue people to check out your videos. All right. Yeah, Paul, Construction Crony says, Paul, you're killing it. The 10 million views is insane. And I think he just posted today that he hit 65,000 subscribers. He is absolutely crushing it. All right. And we're scrolling. Fallfish, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. Keaton Walsh, did you see Nerd City's most recent video revealing the list of words and phrases that can get you demonetized? I did, in fact, see a large portion of that video. It's definitely interesting. And it kind of puts YouTube in a funky position because they claim that nothing like that exists, although they did some pretty straightforward testing to indicate otherwise. And I thought it was clever how YouTube's CEO kind of phrased that when she was put on the spot about certain language or certain terminology being specifically blacklisted or instantly demonetized. And she said that there's no policy that dictates that. And that was actually something that Nerd City also covered in their video, that that's a clever way. Well, there's no policy, but in practice, we actually do that. It was kind of a creative sidestep. All right. Trevor, Longpree, can you speak a bit more about having branding incorporated in thumbnails? Sure. Here, let's do this. What's a good way to pull this off here? We'll put, let's try this and this and this. All right. No, come on. And display capture properties, doing some little impromptu switcheroo here so I can show you guys exactly what we should be looking at here. All right, so the question was about incorporating branding into your thumbnails. So let's take a look. This is my channel, Creator Fundamentals. And if we go down and we look at some of my thumbnails, there's some deviation here for testing purposes, but generally speaking, when we talk about including branding in our thumbnails, it's all about helping people to identify your content. And as you can see, I have a very consistent branding on my channel, the use of the white and the red, using the Babba's new font in all of my lettering up here, my blue hex background, and then as you can see, I've included that, and also I have my face up here so people can recognize me as part of the brand, and I've brought that into my icon. And then when you look at my thumbnails, they always have my face. I'm always making eye contact, and I'm always using the same type of font and the same colors. So if you see this video, which happens to be one of the most popular videos, if not the most popular video on my channel, it's easy to see that this video came from this channel. And you can see on all of these that that is true because I'm using the same colors, the same font, and basically keeping all those elements close enough to each other that you can tell that it's from this actual channel. What I see a lot of people do, and I'll show you some examples on my channel where I've deviated from my branding. One, of course, being, where is it? So like this, where I intentionally went in a different direction to target a trending video, nobody would be able to see or tell that this video was from my channel, as opposed to this one, which clearly comes from my channel. When you're trying to establish your channel and build a brand, having this consistency helps people to recognize you, because if every one of your, if this is one thumbnail, this is another one, and this is another one, and you're constantly making different thumbnails, there's a good chance that all of the, maybe some individual passes by your videos 5 or 6 times in a day, but they're not making the connection that, hey, I'm seeing a lot of this guy, maybe I should check him out, because all your stuff is different and they don't know it's all you. Whereas if you're searching and you're learning how to do YouTube and you're like, oh, how to set up OBS, and why I don't target suggested videos, and is it too late to start a YouTube channel? Hey, I see this guy everywhere. Maybe I should go check out his content. It's just a way to help build that familiarity with your channel, which ultimately can really help you to be in, forefront in people's minds to the point where they finally go and check you out. Because I know from personal experience, as a viewer on YouTube, that there are people that I encounter multiple times, and it can take quite a few times before I actually decide to check out their content. It's almost to the point like where I keep seeing him, and I'm like, well, I should probably check out and see what this guy's doing because I see him everywhere. And especially when people start to blow up and their content gets popular, that's typically what happens and how you become familiar with them, because they're everywhere. And you need to know they're everywhere. You need to identify that they're everywhere. And one of the ways you do that is with consistent branding. All right, what do we got here? Hey man, hope you're well. I've been thinking about making other kinds of content as mine isn't going as well as I'd like. Do you think it's a good idea to mix different content or make another channel? Generally speaking, I would try to keep an individual channel on a single topic, especially if your concern is that you're not growing. Widening your content focus is going to have the opposite effect of helping you grow faster. So I don't think that's the answer for the particular question or problem that you're experiencing. Now, whether you have lost interest in the topic that you are making content on and you have different passions and you want to make a channel focused on those passions, that's a whole different story. But for the purpose of trying to compensate for what you consider lack of growth, broadening your topic is not going to solve that problem for you. Creator Fundamentals, I received a channel review, was told to remove the titles. which I did. No need for them. Confused to title or not to title. Let me look at your. I assume you're not talking about your actual titles, right? You absolutely want actual titles. I'm wondering if you had titles on your thumbnails. Could that have been what we're talking about? If you had them on your actual thumbnails, then no, you don't need titles on your thumbnails, because your title and your thumbnail are always going to be presented together. And obviously, yeah, I don't see. I like the fact that you are taking advantage of the imagery in your thumbnails. I like those. Yeah, generally speaking, I think your thumbnails are interesting. Some of them have some small text that's kind of hard to see, like Boston. Does it say Boston Back Bay? I can't even read it. It's so tiny. That you might want to make a little bigger or not include it if it's not really doing anything for your image. And that image, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at. So there might be an opportunity to maybe kind of crop that image or zoom in on it to kind of show exactly what's going on. Also, if your thumbnails, your most recent thumbnails are just screen prints, when you're making your videos, considering taking time to actually plan a photograph that you can use for your thumbnail, you're going to tend to get a little bit higher quality, and then you can think about the framing of that image to make sure you get something that's interesting and captivating and gets people to click on your video. All right. So yes, you definitely do not need to include titles on your thumbnails. All right. Where we at? Rafiq Al-Hashemi has a great question. All right, so make it available just for subscribers. I'm scrolling up. I have a question. There it is. Is there a way to share a new video with just the members, subscribers on my channel? Not exactly. I mean, if you had a means to reach the people on your list, like, I think the best that you could do in that case is if you had the community tab, for example, or you had a way to access the people on your channel beyond notifications, then you could leave a video as unlisted and share a link with an audience, and then people aren't going to find that unlisted video, but anybody with the link can watch it. So in that case, it's kind of a gray area. It's not 100% fit for what you're asking. There's no way to ensure that only some people can watch it. But like I said, if I were to make a video unlisted and I shared it on my community tab, which I believe even in some cases, I'm not sure if YouTube ever shares any of your community tab posts outside of your community, but that would kind of be my guess for the best way to do that. The other thing would obviously be if you had a mailing list and you wanted to put out a video, you could encourage people to get on your mailing list for exclusive content and then upload videos in unlisted and then share the link via the mailing list. So I don't know that there's a absolute square peg for that square hole, but you can get kind of close. Shining through NK, how can I move certain videos down to the bottom of my homepage? So the videos that are on your homepage are fully customizable. If you're in the new version of YouTube, you want to click on the Customize Channel option first, and when you do, you have the option to add sections to your homepage. By default, you'll have like uploads and most popular. I like to create my own versions of both of those playlists. So you add videos to a playlist, and on your page here, let's see here, I'll show you how this works. All right, so if you're on your home page and you want to customize it and you want to change the stuff that's showing here, on the new version like I have, you have to click on Customize Channel. When you click on Customize Channel, it basically brings you to the old version of the channel. And you can see there's all the same content. We're with the old white version. But then as you can see, you have, when you hover over these areas, you have a little arrow down here. Now, if I push on this arrow, it's going to shift it down here. If I push it back up, it's going to go there. So these are your little control arrows to move your playlists up and down. The way that I prefer to show my content on this page is to do single horizontal playlists, which is what this is. And I try to include as many of them as possible. When you create your playlists, make sure that you do your full description so people know what's in them. But basically, the way you manipulate these is you can either move the whole thing down to the bottom, or if you go all the way to the bottom, and I can't do it because I have here, let's see, I'm going to remove this just for the sake of showing you guys. So if I delete this playlist off of the bottom here, get out of the way. So when you haven't completely filled up your homepage, you have this add section button at the bottom. All right. What I like to do, what all these are, is I go into single playlist, horizontal row, and then I select one of my playlists. For me, I feel like this is the best use of the real estate, because anywhere you see a video on YouTube is typically going to show only your thumbnail and your title, and people are going to make a decision based on those two things. When you do anything else, like if you choose like multiple created playlists, then it shows this nonsense, and that's not super informative to people. Yes, they could drill into your playlist, but they can do that from the playlist tab, which is up here, so you're not really adding a lot of value there. Plus, it hides everything in the playlist anyway, and it covers up half the playlist with the list of how many videos. And who really cares how many videos are in that playlist? I don't think that's doing a lot to persuade people to watch your content. And then they have, you can do single playlists, and you have vertical. And when you do vertical, it also breaks out some of the actual description, I believe, in some of these. Yeah, it starts to get into the description. And quite frankly, you don't need to pitch your video with the description. That's just extra information people can check out after they've watched the video. So for that reason, I don't do the vertical playlist. So I like to include single playlist, horizontal, fill this puppy out with as many of your playlists as possible. And I got to remember what I had down here, which I believe was live streams, which I really need to update because I'm pretty sure I'm not being good about putting all my live streams in this particular playlist. I can tell that it needs to be updated, but I'll put that guy back. Once you've filled in all the spots, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It gives you 10 sections that you can add. I recommend filling them if you have enough content to fill them. We just cost 300 videos on this channel, so we do in fact have enough content there. And then if you want to get back to the new version of your channel, there you are, good as gold. And that's how you move stuff around on your channel page. All right. Self-publishing with Walter Wayborn. If you add somebody's video to your playlist, who will get the watch time when it's played? The owner of the video gets the watch time. The only reason that you would add somebody else's video to your playlist is if you wanted to try to associate those viewers with both some of your content and some of their content. But yes, the person who owns the video, no matter where it appears, who puts it on a playlist, is going to get credit for the actual watch time. TNZ RV Life, can you explain 2020 monetization rules? Which 2020 monetization rules are you referring to? Are you talking about the kids changes? I honestly not exactly sure. What is session credit? Oh, so what Doug means by session credit is the fact that you started the session, which means somebody came to YouTube and they started watching content on your channel. So if you created a playlist and they started on your channel and they watched, 20 videos in that playlist, but they were all other people's videos, you're still sending positive signals to YouTube that you brought somebody to YouTube and kept them on YouTube based on the videos that you showed in that playlist. That's basically what Doug is sharing there as well. This is the most valuable information I've gotten since starting my channel. Thank you, Creative Fundamentals. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate it. And guys, seriously, if you've never attended a conference in person, definitely give a good, hard, long look at People of Video. I would love to meet all of you guys in person in Albany, New York, May 2nd and 3rd, 2020. You can find all the information on that, plus buy tickets at peopleofvideo.com. And if you do want to go, pop into a live stream on one of these Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. and let me know, and I just might be able to hook you up with a promo code to save a little bit of money on your ticket to come hang out with us in person at People of Video. Like I said earlier, I believe all of us have our personal freedom that we would love to achieve. I believe that you can do that through online video and going full-time on YouTube. So if that's something that you're interested in and you're not currently subscribed, click that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and I will see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Take care, and I will see you next time. Good night.